Looking like a cross between the Batmobile and the Popemobile, this is the Juke-R, a mutant prototype supercar from Nissan. There are only two in the world, and each cost nearly £500,000 to build.
It's been designed to help Nissan decide if petrolheads want a fast version of the Juke crossover. If customers give a positive reaction to this prototype, then they'll put something similar on sale, although they're going to have to simplify the way they build it.
The Juke-R is a four-wheeled Frankenstein.
Whilst it looks like a Juke, it's not really a Juke at all. The chassis, engine and gearbox are straight from a Nissan GT-R supercar. And as you can imagine, putting a Juke body on top of a GT-R is no mean feat.
A Juke is 50 centimetres shorter than a GT-R. So the £80,000 GT-R chassis had to be cut in half, shortened and welded back together before a new body would fit on. The interior had to be reshaped for the GT-R's instruments, and the seats set back because of the massive engine up front. Amazingly, the only evidence we can find of this brutal cut and shut is a tiny little weld.
The engineers responsible for all this neat work are British firm RML, who incidentally engineered and designed and built my 2011 British Touring Car Championship winning car. None of them were sure how the GT-R's four-wheel drive electronics would react when they put it all back together. So, I think I'll give it a right good kick in the plums and find out. It's got the same 485 brake horsepower as the GT-R, and it'll do 60 in 3.7 seconds, but because you're much higher up, that doesn't feel as quick. You know, after 80, 90 miles an hour, because it's got the aerodynamics of a brick, it kind of holds it back. It doesn't feel as quick as I imagine it should do.
And that's not the only problem.
Now, there's three things you definitely don't want if you're designing a good handling car. One is extra weight, one is a tall chassis, and the other one, the last one, is a really short wheelbase. Well, guess what? This has got all of those.
As well as being 50 centimetres shorter than a GT-R, it's also 20 centimetres taller. And thanks to that hefty roll cage, it's 66 kilograms heavier too.
And you can tell, it's very nervous, it's a bit kind of hoppy. You can't turn off all the ESP. If you get the car at all sideways, it starts grabbing the brakes, but the reaction to that is so violent, it makes the car very nervous, very unstable, and doesn't give you a lot of confidence. I don't want to slide this car because it bites you really hard. I mean, I'll show you here. I mean, I'm taking a bit of a risk by doing so. It's just going to snap back the other way and spin me off. You know, that's at slow speed. If I was doing that at, say, 80, 90 miles an hour, that would have been a monumental incident.
As a prototype, a few faults are forgivable. The Juke-R was never meant for people to drive on a track, but at a supercar race in Dubai, rumour has it that some billionaire sheikhs were so impressed with the car they called Nissan and demanded to buy one. Some hefty negotiations later, and Nissan agreed in exchange for 400 grand.
Is it worth 5 times the price of a GT-R? Or even twice the money of my all-time favourite car, the Ferrari 458 Italia? Well, of course not. But if you are a billionaire and you fancy getting your hands on something which only a few people can afford on the planet, then why not?
But let's get back to the point. The The Juke-R was designed to help Nissan find out if people like us would be interested in a fast Juke that we could all afford.
So, should Nissan make a fast version of the Juke? Well, of course not, no. It just doesn't work. Whilst this is an amazing engineering project and it looks kind of groovy, it does go to prove that if it's tall and short, it's not going to be a good sports car.
Just keep it neat and tidy through the final corner.
Oh, I've got to run at him.
He's not going to get me.
It is pure car porn. I mean, look at this.
It's absolutely exquisite.
I feel very special.
The